Hello everybody, it is your boy NCO7 here, and welcome to a new video. So, not too long ago, Nintendo held a Nintendo Direct, and at the very beginning of it, announced a new Fire Emblem Warriors game, this time being based off of Fire Emblem Three Houses, which I totally had that idea before it was revealed. I always thought of a Three Houses Warriors game. I mean, Three Houses was literally made on the same engine as Fire Emblem Warriors, I believe. So it's like, why didn't they ever do it? But we're finally getting it now on June 24th, which is just a few days before my birthday. So thanks to Nintendo for the early birthday gift. I really appreciate it. And in today's video, I'm not really doing an analysis of the trailer itself. Obviously, I'll have it play at the beginning of the video and then just have random Three Houses gameplay that I got. But I'm mostly going to talk about some of the stuff I want to see from the game and some potential theories I have regarding stuff that we've seen from the trailer. So the first thing I want to kind of mention, and this is a big hope of mine and is kind of prominently shown within the trailer, are the three lords, Edelgard, Dimitri, and Claude working together. Presumably, we're not entirely sure, as some forces are fighting each other, and we're not entirely sure of how the lords are going to interact with one another. Obviously, in Three Houses, they fight each other, but hopefully this time around we can actually get more of, I guess you could call it a golden route, where we get the best possible ending and best possible routes, which I think definitely is a possibility, given that they do seem to work together a lot more, though there are a couple of moments in the trailers where they clash together a little bit, though I'm not entirely sure. Hopefully, though, it is the golden route. And speaking of routes, I hope it is just one route. Like, while it is cool to have, like, multiple routes in video games, I don't know, Three Houses, like, you have to play the game, like, 4 times in order to really understand the entire story of the game. I'd really appreciate if this game just stuck to one route, just one clear path that everyone can view on one playthrough, just one playthrough to get the whole story of the game would be greatly appreciated. Maybe even like some side missions or something like that to really like kind of harken back to the route, like split routes maybe, I don't know. But even so though, I hope it does stick to one route, which I think it probably will, but even so, we can't tell for sure yet. And another thing is when this game does actually take place. Now, given that we do have slightly new some new designs, it does seem like this is going to take place sometime during the time skip. So it could potentially be a year after the time, like after the White Clouds. It could potentially be a couple years. We don't really know, but it does definitely seem to take place in between the time skip, which is a little interesting because we don't really know a lot about what happens when Byleth kind of just dies for 5 years. We don't really know an awful lot other than just certain enemy forces are growing in numbers and whatnot. That's really all we're ever told. So maybe this will give some more context on what really goes on. But that does also bring up the question of, does this game take place in an alternate timeline? Because there's a lot of things in this trailer that don't make a lot of sense and kind of seem, well, different than that of Three Houses. Such as Monica having a potentially different design from what we saw in the main game, who actually was Kranya, who was one of those who slither in the dark, which I'll get back to more on them later, but she seems to have a slightly different design. Now, this could potentially be a different character entirely, but I'm gonna put my bets on it potentially being Monica. Potentially, maybe, I don't know. Maybe she's still with those who slither in the dark. We don't really know. We also see Gerald at one point in the trailer get up from a puddle. I always thought that this was from the part where he died, and maybe this was actually him coming back to life. So maybe Gerald comes back to life in this timeline, or maybe this is just from a different shot somewhere else in the game. I don't know, but hopefully they can give Gerald some more character, as they really didn't treat him that great in Three Houses, as they kind of just killed him off and he had no supports with anybody, so there wasn't really a lot of character to him, which definitely is a shame. Hopefully this game can show a little bit more on that. And also we see, very obviously near the end of the trailer, a new supposedly antagonist who has purple hair and is clashing with Byleth and whatnot, even in the box art for the game. Now, I am uncertain as to whether or not this actually he is one of those who slither in the dark, as he looks kind of different, because, like, for those who slither in the dark, they look a lot more creepy, I guess you could say. They look a lot less human-like and look a lot more demonic and, like, these creepy designs. They're really cool designs, but this purple-haired guy doesn't really look like that. He kind of looks more like someone else, like maybe it's a new enemy force that everyone's fighting against. I'm not entirely sure. It definitely does seem to be he seems to be very similar to that of Byleth, which, speaking of Byleth, the trailer does show female Byleth throughout the whole thing, and even as around the box, with no male Byleth in sight. I saw a couple of people thinking that maybe this male Byleth actually became this purple-haired antagonist, and I don't think so. I think there will probably be character selections, like you can choose your gender and whatnot. You could do this in the first Fire Emblem Warriors game, so I think it is very likely that there will be, like, some customization. I don't think it's as deep as people think it'll be. But that's pretty much all I really have to say regarding the trailer. So now on to some more hopeful thinking. So one of my big hopes is that they can do more with those who slither in the dark. Like, let's be honest here, while they have really cool designs and conceptually are really interesting, they're really underutilized in the game, and they really are pretty underwhelming and not the best villains, because some of them just don't really do anything at all. I don't know, maybe it would be more interesting to learn more about them. I think that'd be really cool. And probably the big one is, who's going to be in the game? Are we going to get all of the playable units that we had in Three Houses, or are we only going to have some of them? As in the trailer, we can see, like, some other characters other than the main three lords and Byleth, such as Judith, Randolph, and I believe Hilda in one shot, and as well as Hubert. So it does seem that there will be some more characters from the students and whatnot in the game. However, I'm not entirely sure of how many students will be, like, included in the game. My hopeful thinking is that they'll include everyone, because that'd be really nice, but I'm not entirely sure of how that's gonna work. That may be too many characters for Koei Tecmo to make, so I'm not entirely sure. Maybe there's too many characters, so they may potentially slim it down to maybe like 5 or so students from each class. I'm not entirely sure. I have no idea. But hopefully we can get some of the better students, like playing as Felix would be a lot of fun. Lucithia would be a lot of fun with her busted magic skills. And maybe even like Bernadetta potentially would be kind of interesting. Even though I don't think she'd really want to be in a game with so many enemies, but who knows? Who honestly knows? But anyways, yeah, that is pretty much my video. I do apologize that I wasn't really able to add a lot of stuff that people already have been brought to the table. Like, I didn't bring a lot, but hopefully you still found the video entertaining, and let me know in the comments section what you guys want to see from this game and what your thoughts on the game are, as I think the game looks really good, but I am a little nervous that this will be another Age of Calamity situation where the frame rate is absolutely god-awful. Like, please, Koei Tecmo, please don't make the frame rate that bad, please. Like, I was gonna get Age of Calamity, and then I played that demo, and it had such a bad frame rate that I didn't get the game. Please have a good frame rate. Even if the game doesn't look the best resolution-wise, please have a good frame rate. Like, I'm begging you here. Please do it. I am utterly serious. But with that being said, thank you guys for watching the video. Like I said before, let me know what you guys think of this game and what your hopes are for the game. And if this is your first time checking out my channel, please consider hitting the subscribe button. It's greatly appreciated. I made a Fire Emblem Three Houses character tier list though, so check that out. I made like a review as well, which I might potentially be redoing sometime soon, as I kind of want to redo it. There's a lot more I can say. But anyways, thank you guys for watching this video, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out, everybody.